Hello, we're on board FPB 78-2, Grey Wolf 2, in January at Berthon. It's raining, of course, we're in the UK, and I'm with Peter Watson, her owner, and Jonny Turner, the refit manager looking after her from Berthon. And today we're going to talk about the amazing subject of Seacock skies. Grey Wolf was built to MCA Category 0. She's the only one of the Dashu offshore FPBs to be built to this standard. So, and Peter, who commissioned her build, was absolutely determined that it would be that way. So why did you decide to upset everybody and insist on Category 0, Peter?
I think it was because I just wanted to know the boat was really, really safe. We wanted to do a little bit of charter work, but it was really more about family and friends being in a boat that we intended to take to the Antarctic and did, and just making sure that everyone going across the Drake Passage was going to be safe. And
can we just to understand what MCA Category 0 means, because it's about the toughest standard in the world. What does that say when the boat has it?
So the boat basically is licensed, if carrying fare-paying passengers, to go anywhere in the world without reference to a safe port. Yeah. So it basically can go anywhere, at any time, in any conditions. Obviously, one tries to pick the conditions.
But that means that the MCA are signing her off to be safe worldwide. And so that's a very big deal. So once she has the MCA 0, it's not just left at that. What happens to you or to Grey Wolf every year to maintain it?
So every year we have an inspection from an MCA appointed surveyor who comes and checks the boat out. The inspection takes a whole day, and basically it's all of the life-saving equipment, all of the fire equipment, checking the hull to make sure that's okay, basically everything, and making sure it's fit for purpose and it's fit to carry fare-paying passengers.
Okay, that's great. So at the moment, Jonny's got his claws on her. She's back in Berthon. So what are we doing, Jonny?
We are changing all the valves in the engine room. They all currently, or before Peter bought it to us, were plastic. The new rules say that they all have to be metallic. So we have the challenge of mating these valves onto the hull in a way not to cause excessive corrosion and also make the boat safe and compliant.
And just to be clear, these are not just off-the-shelf valves?
No, these are all custom made in Italy.
South of the side of the vineyard?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep, all custom made. I think there was like a 3-month lead time on them, specified to fit the flanges that are on board already, or ones we are making.
Okay, so why is it? So there is a new MCA code, isn't there? Comes in 2027. So, and that says no more plastic.
It says no more plastic. So although the boat was built to a really high standard to start with, and that's why we're able to move it into this new code, because most of the boat completely complies. One of the issues that we've got is the valves, and so we're changing them from plastic to stainless steel.
So let's just unpack that a little bit, because the new code is coming in. She's now getting her coding for the coding that exists now, and a lot of boats, I think, are going to fall out of the code when the new code comes in, because I know there's been a lot of sucking teeth. And here is the code, and there are some post-it notes on it. It's quite long, it's quite big, and these are little things that Peter and Jonny are just taking a look at.
Working through. So what this means is when this new code comes in, quite a lot of yachts will or boats will come out of it, and really most yachts in the code will be new build.
Yes.
Yeah?
The very few boats, I think, are going to be able to pass the new code that have the existing code.
Yeah.
And code 0 in its own right is the toughest code.
Yeah. So that makes Grey Wolf a bit of a unicorn.
Yep.
Because an existing FPB could not comply.
No.
It would be impossible. So you'd have to build a new FPB. And for most yachts which are in the code now, or a lot of yachts, they will not be able to apply to 0, so they'll have to come back to category 2 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So what are we going, because I know that lovely Grey Wolf has got a little bit more work to be done, because you've taken the decision to carry on and make sure she complies fully. So what else are we doing in the next few weeks?
Well, we've got interesting things like the navigation lights have got to be on and be able to be powered for 3 hours from emergency batteries, so we've got a bit of rewiring to do there. We're putting a fire pump on board so that we can put fires out using the fire pump.
And this is new?
This is new. We've got a whole list of little items, like we're going to have a second EPIRB, we're going to have a second SART. We've got to have specialist instructions for donning life jackets, which are specific to the make of life jacket. There's a huge amount of work to do on the safety management system, a lot of paperwork to do, but that, fortunately, most of that we'd done originally when we did the boat, so we've got a bit of work to do there. Slightly ridiculously, we've got to carry a cyber security manual. Yes. We
so you just knocked that up?
Yeah. Well, fortunately, you can download off the web. So that's the one to do there. We've got to fit another valve up in the forepeak so that we can shut off the air conditioning inlet. But that's probably about it. You can see all the tabs, but that was mainly stuff we wanted to check. And we're working with MCA, and they're being really helpful, and the surveyor.
So they're the notifying authority?
Yeah.
And they've looked after Grey Wolf since she was an egg, haven't they?
Yes. She basically was built under their supervision originally. Mm-hmm. So they've got a lot of history with the boat, and they know and understand the boat.
And just tell me, Jonny, working on Grey Wolf and doing these valves and so on, how are you finding the access and dealing with it?
Access to the engine room and to the work area is brilliant. Access to fit the new valves, that's the challenge. Mm-hmm. Certainly we have 2 or 3
because they're a
valves.
different shape, they're
a different shape. We're having to basically standardise the fitting to fit the valves onto, but also create space to fit the valves. Mm-hmm. So one of the big jobs at the moment is moving the generator slightly inboard just to allow us some space.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, access is to actually fit the valves is the main issue.
Right. Okay. So here we are in the rain, talking about Seacocks. Grey Wolf 2 has lots of lovely new ones, and she will be recoding at Category 0. She is available for sale as Peter's programme with her is coming to an end now. Very special yacht, and thank you for listening.